Hello, everyone. So, a couple of days ago, I posted about a white woman who was suing a library who canceled her one woman show because she was portraying characters like Harriet Tubman and Mary McLeod Bethune in the show. So, I want to thank everyone who's been continuing the conversation in the comments, and I wanted to respond back to some of the comments that I'm seeing because I think that they are common questions. So, like this person asked, if she wanted to remain a one woman show instead of portraying Harriet Tubman, she spoke about her actions, her bravery, and her life. Would that be acceptable? Would that be a respectful way to showcase her? Or should she change her show to a collaboration? And I think this is a great question. And honestly, yes, there's a big difference between performing as someone, especially a person whose life has been deeply shaped by systemic oppression, and speaking about them with care and respect. When we center the storytelling around honoring, teaching, and reflecting rather than embodying, it can feel much more appropriate, especially if there's no shared identity or lived experiences from the person who is doing the program. And if someone wanted to go even further, collaboration can be a powerful way to deepen their respect, bringing in people from the community whose story is being told. That's how we move from telling about to telling with, and that's where the connection lies. Now, this person said, she can play these women. I disagree. And I appreciate this person for saying that plainly because they're not alone. Some people do believe that artists should be able to play any role, and I hear that. But my invitation is to think a little deeper, not just about what's allowed, but what's responsible. Harriet Tubman wasn't just a character. She was a real woman whose entire life was shaped by surviving and resisting a system designed by white supremacy. When someone who hasn't lived with the weight of that system portrays her, it can feel like we're overlooking the very power imbalance that she fought against. That's the piece we're asking people to hold with care. Okay, and lastly, this person asks, does it mean that a white child shouldn't be allowed to read Maya Angelou poetry on a stage at school? I'm confused. Again, it's a fair question. And the answer is, it depends on how it's done. A child reading a Maya Angelou poem as a way to express admiration, especially in a school setting that encourages learning across cultures, that's very different than if they were to go out dressed as Maya Angelou to reenact her. Celebrating Black voices isn't the issue. Centering yourself in the lived experience of a marginalized person without that shared history or context is what we're trying to reckon with. So no, this isn't about shutting down creativity or banning cross-cultural learning. It's about understanding that history comes with a weight. And when we hold someone's story, we also carry their struggle. And that deserves some thoughtfulness, that deserves some care. We're not saying don't engage. We're saying engage maybe differently, with humility, with awareness, and with a willingness to reflect on the impact, not just the intention. So I want to thank you all for being a part of the conversation. I really, really mean that. I think that these are not clear-cut issues, and I know, that some people bristle about being told what they can or can't do. So this is just guidance. Like, I can't direct what you do in your life. I'm just trying to tell you why some people, might hold offense to certain things. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.